What's up, CrossFit Waterbury? Coach Katie here with our Thursday at HOMies WOD. I'm filming from my childhood home, visiting my mom through a window. So that's been exciting. Outside of that, for our Thursday workout, warm-up wise, it's going to be 3 rounds of 10 diving good mornings, 10 single leg toe touches, so we're practicing a movement pattern that we're going to see later on. Then we're going to do 10 curtsy lunges, 10 glute bridges, and 5 no push burpees. So for your 10 good mornings, we've done these before. I reach my arms up as I push those hips back, keeping those legs fairly straight as I stretch from heel all the way to glute. From there, for the single leg toe touch, so it's going to look like this. I'm going to work first from my left leg, so I'm going to bring my right leg up, and then with my opposite hand, I'm going to reach to opposite toe and stand back up. So I'm working on keeping my body square as I go for 5 touches, and then I'll switch to the other side doing 5 more touches. So it'll be good to practice this opposite, like this crisscross reach pattern, along with the balance of the single leg. From there, we're going to do the curtsy lunges, 10 of them. So what I want you to do is you're going to find your hip width stance. I'm going to step back behind my other leg and then lunge, and then come back. So step back behind, maybe I'll do all 5 right here, and then come back to center, step back with the other leg, 5 more lunges, and then back to center. Okay, once you've done 5 on each leg, you'll move on to the glute bridge, heels to butt, upper body and arms on the ground as I press my hips up to the sky, and then right back down. Okay, really focusing on squeezing. You can even pause at the top for a little added piece, and then we'll finish with 5 no push burpees. So all the way to that plank and back up. I think my flower fell out. So for Thursday, we have a strength piece. You're gonna set a 20-minute clock and execute 3 movements where you're gonna do 5 sets of 10 of each. Okay, so again, you're gonna do a set, rest as needed, do another set of the new movement, rest as needed, do it the first set of the next movement, rest as needed. We'll continue that for 5 sets, okay? The first movement I have for us, where we're taking that single leg now, that practice that you did earlier, but now we're gonna add load. So with your load, whether it be a pack, a dumbbell, a kettlebell, I'm gonna have opposite hand and opposite foot work together. So since the bell's in my left hand, I'm gonna be working on my right leg. So I'm gonna pick up my left leg, I'm gonna hinge forward with that soft knee, tap the floor or the toe with that load, and then stand back up. Okay, so I'm gonna do 5 on one side, and then 5 on the other side. Once I've done my 5 and 5, I'm gonna move on to my next piece, which is gonna be a sumo deadlift high pull. So I'm gonna go super wide with the feet. With this, if you have a smaller object, I would just suggest doing single arm, and then you'll switch halfway. So for 10 sumo deadlift high pulls, what it'll look like is I'm gonna find my bottom position, so my hips are high, chest is higher than my hips. I'm gonna stand and shrug. Okay, so it's that stand, zip the jacket. I'll do 5 on one, thinking elbow nice and high and outside, and 5 on the other to finish up my 10. Once I'm done with those, we're gonna do 10 curtsy lunges, just like we practiced in the warm-up. So holding my load in the front rack position, I'm gonna step back and across, and then stand up. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I'll come back to center and execute 5 more on the other side. Okay, so that would be 1 full set of all 3 movements, doing 10 reps of each, splitting the reps based on my single leg or single arm. The big thing with this one is choose a load that's going to be appropriate for you, for doing 5 sets, whether it be that balance piece in the RDL or our front rack piece and our pull piece for the other 2 movements, okay? Shouldn't take you a full 20 minutes. You should probably finish within 15 is my guess. But again, remember, strength piece is all about like low and slow. We're trying to practice good movement patterns and build stability and strength. From there, for our Metcon, it's gonna start off with a 3-minute buy-in-run, jog, walk, bike, whatever you've got. I do want you working at like 80-85%. So for that 3 minutes out and back, wherever you're going, just make sure you're working hard, because when you come back, you're gonna hit a 2-minute rest. Then we have a 5-minute AMRAP, where we're gonna do 8 broad jumps and then 8 devil's presses, 2 minutes of rest, and then we'll finish with a 3-minute AMRAP of 4 broad jumps, 4 devil's presses. So for our movements, the broad jump, I'm just gonna find space where I have, let's say, 4 feet to 5 feet, depending on what you have. And I'm gonna go arms back, hips back. I'm gonna explosively stand up and then land softly in that partial squat. Then I can just turn and back the other way. So remember, with this movement, what we're looking for is that super explosive hip opening. We're trying to mimic that like triple extension we would normally get with like a snatch or a clean. And then for the devil's press, if you have a single piece of equipment, so not like a pack or something you're putting 2 hands on, remember to just split the reps of where you're holding the load. So for my 8 reps, I'm gonna do 4 with the dumbbell in one hand and 4 in the other, or you can just alternate. So I'm gonna go burpee, stand, and then it's that full snatch up overhead. Burpee, stand, snatch overhead. Whew, that's a lot. So a reminder, these AMRAPs are meant to be sprint attempts for our work. You should have fun with it. Remember to like and subscribe on YouTube, #@HOMies, and have a good week.